What is up, guys? Steven here. I'm going to bring you an OU replay today. So this is actually a game I had a couple days ago, and it was a really good one, so I figured I would bring you guys this replay. Looking at my team, I really can't go into full detail of like the EVs and stuff of all the sets, but basically it's lead Garchomp, special attacking Thundurus, Magma Storm Heatran, a very cool Celebi set that will be revealed later in the game, Bandit Azumarill, and SD Mega Mawile. So let's get right into team preview. Looking at the opposing team, he's using a pretty balanced team, it looks like. He probably has a defensive core of Mega Venusaur plus Heatran because Venutran has always been a good defensive core and it's just really good this generation. So that's most likely his core there. And yeah, looking at possible leads, I could lead with my lead Garchomp, but I don't want him to be Scarf Landorus and U-turn out into his Latios and either kill me or get off the defog, and you know, that just would kind of kill all my momentum. So what I am actually going to end up doing is leading with Thundurus, as he does lead with his Landorus, and what this allows me to do is scout to see if he's Scarfed, as I can just go into Garchomp, and he U-turns out, so that tells me that he is Scarfed, because he wouldn't have stayed in on the Thundy if he wasn't. So now he goes into his Venusaur just to get Mega Evolved, and I do get my rocks, and that's good. And I wasn't really sure, I was expecting a Giga Drain here, so I do just go straight into my Heatran. And at this point, I am just going to try to trap him with Magma Storm, and thankfully I hit, which is really nice, as he hits me up with the Leech Seed, but that is fine, because I can prevent him from synthesizing as I go for Taunt. So I am just going to try to wear down this Mega Venusaur, go for another Magma Storm, and I hit another one, which is really incredible. And she shows that the only attack he has to hit me is his Giga Drain, so that's good, as I can just take him out with Earth Power at this point. So Mega Venusaur is gone, which is really nice because it's a huge threat, and that opens up a hole for my Azumarill. Now he goes into Keldeo, and I go into Celebi, which is like the original Keldeo counter last gen, which is really nice. And this turn I predicted him to go into Heatran on my Celebi, so I double into Garchomp, as unfortunately he goes into Latios instead, and I just sack my Garchomp to regain momentum. Because I can just go into a Azumarill now, and I am going to click Waterfall, I am banded, and he goes into Heatran, so I take him out, so that's really nice. He does go back into his Latios now, which is kind of bold, assuming that I'm choiced, and he just goes straight for the Psyshock on my incoming Heatran, and since I am offensive, that is going to be a 2-hit KO, which kind of sucks, but that's okay. Now I can go into Mawile, and I have no reason to not click Play Rough. Even if he does carry HP Fire, he's not going to kill me, and I didn't want him going into Landorus and regaining momentum on me, so that's why I made that play. Now he goes into Bisharp, and I am just going to sack my Mawile at this point. And now I go into Thundurus to revenge him, and I'm going to explain this play. Looking at my team, I have a Celebi, an Azumarill, and a Thundurus left. Now, he doesn't want his Bisharp to get T-Waved, because that definitely helps him beat my Celebi. He also, Bisharp actually takes on Azumarill decently. It can at least do, I think it's like 50% with Iron Head, so he can take me out with, you know, a combination of like Earthquake and Iron Head from his Landorus and Bisharp. So since I have the Celebi and the Azumarill, which basically hard counter his Keldeo, I am just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt, expecting him to go into that, because it doesn't really have much use on his team anymore, and if he was Scarf, then he would be able to regain the momentum there. So now he goes into Landorus, and I know he's Scarf, so he's basically forced to go for Stone Edge here. So I go into Celebi, eat it up, and this is basically where I win the game. He goes for Stone Edge again, and that's completely fine, because now I go for Trick Room, and since he is Scarfed, I'm going to be slower, and now I can go for Healing Wish into my Bandit Azumarill, and I do carry Waterfall, as we saw earlier, so I can just Oko the remaining two members of his team. Sucker Punch is not very effective, so that really, yeah, that's just game. And that was definitely a good game. CP3MVP is a very respectable user, so I appreciate getting to battle good players like this, and it was definitely a good battle, and I think it showed off how cool that Celebi set is. So, if you guys like this video, please leave a like and a comment. That would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.